All right. For those of you who've been following along and watching, you might have noticed that we had a bit of an outage, meaning that we lost connection. Now, the interesting thing is that you know more about Shabina's story than I do, in the context of the story. So we'll just rewind a few moments in time, and Shabina can bring me up to speed as well, because I know that there's a lot of powerful sharing that is to start. And I'm just also looking at the other windows. We are good with YouTube is on, and Facebook is on as well. All right, so I'll ask you the question like I didn't know what you said, Shabina. And the question was, you said, this was around 2021 where you came across Tony Robbins, and that kind of was a really powerful experience for you. So I'd love for you to just, you can even do a slightly fast forwarded version if that suits you, or you can just kind of, as you're now reflecting back on, what that journey, attending UPW in 2021, what role that played in the person that you are today, the coach that you are today.
Yeah, 2020 was UPW, 2020 September.
Mm,
So for
got
me,
it.
that was actually, as I said, I was a baby in the personal development field, and
Mm,
like first was Kartika, those two. So just imagine a baby being, into in a magical Disneyland. That was what Blair was
right.
doing for me. Every exercise, it just went into each cell of my body, because I told you I was
Mm,
trying to figure
amazing.
out. I didn't know what I was doing.
Mm,
Instead of just being a vegetable on the bed, I wanted to live. So I was
right.
searching for that, and every word that came from him was that light. I was in that
Mm,
dark tunnel, and it was light.
right.
So when he said it is your decisions that changes your life, I was like, the best decision I
Mm,
took was Kartika, and then this one.
right.
So, and then there was an exercise like we had to break a plank
Mm,
in UPW. Will you believe if I told
correct.
you that I broke the plank with my bare hands? The
Wow.
person who couldn't write, the person who couldn't, feed and you even scroll in the phone, with my
Mm,
bare hand, I broke that plank.
wow. Wow.
So it was here that he worked.
Yes.
He
Yes.
primed us so much before breaking the plank. And my
Mm,
daughter was
mm,
attending with me. And she was like, will you be able to? I don't think
mm,
you will be able to. For her, we had actually, it was a like the entire family could attend it. It was like that.
right. Correct.
Purchased a plank like that from the market. So she
Right.
said, are you sure you want to try it? Did you hurt it? I said, just listen to what he's saying. What did he say?
Right.
So
Wow.
we'll go with that. He's not talking to people who are like 12, 13, something 12, I think. And I
Mm,
said, it's okay, we'll try. And I broke it in the first attempt itself.
wow. Wow.
I cannot put it in words how much confidence I got.
Yes.
The best thing was like the best like breakthrough that I had was, if I put my mind into, my body will come along, even if my daughter
Oh,
was
amazing.
ill. I mean, my illness is not an illness; it's a mechanical defect that is there in my with my
Mm,
backbone. So I
mm,
understood, even if it is, my doctor had told that's he
mm,
was the one who used it. He said, yours is a mechanical defect. We cannot
right.
reverse it.
Right.
An illness or a disease we can treat and disease. Yours you can only manage.
Mm,
You purchase a second hand car, you cannot, you can, do the services and you can use it, but you cannot expect the same power a fresh
Mm.
car will have.
Mm. Wow.
So you can manage your life, you can manage your
Mm.
pain. That
Mm.
was what he said. And this
Wow.
was like, if I put my mind into, I can. And I'm going to
Amazing.
I'm going to surprise you. Last week I
Mm.
did a trekking, first time in my life,
Right.
1,604 feet above sea level or something.
Wow.
I did the entire trekking.
Wow.
Normally people take 1.5 hours, I took 3 hours.
Mm.
Felt it would be
Mm.
dangerous because my legs had started shivering.
Right.
And then flight
Mm.
down, it's 45 minutes for everyone. I took 1.5 hours, and reaching down, I just had to
Mm.
lie down for 1 hour for 15 minutes or something before I could
Wow.
travel or walk or something. There was a bench and the ticket counter. I just went and lied down there, but I had no pain.
Amazing.
My legs were swollen, my foot was swollen. But
Mm.
how did that happen? And my husband was like, I'm giving you a big salute. Nobody would have taken this courage to come with, take this
Right.
decision to, even try this out.
Right.
And my legs were actually
Amazing.
shivering midway.
Mm.
We could see, he could see my gene, it was like
Mm.
trembling. And I said,
Wow.
don't worry, we will rest, we will sit down, we'll take it slow,
Mm.
and we'll reach
Mm.
there. So
Amazing.
that I the only intention I told myself before going was, I just spoke to my body. I told,
Mm.
this is
Wow.
not something we are going to do for adventure. We are not going to
Mm.
do this to prove something. We are just, there was an intention to
Mm.
explore, experience. This is what we are going to do. So
Yes.
I know you will come along, and wherever
Mm.
I feel you cannot come along, I will come along with you. That was my intention.
Wow. Wow.
Along, but wherever I feel you will not be able to come along, I will come
Mm.
along with you. So that's why I did not go to the peak.
Right.
I felt my legs.
Mm.
So normally people, I've heard Blair always saying, I've heard Siddharth always saying, we finish what
Mm.
we have started.
Mm.
Though I did not reach the that 5 minutes peak, I had finished what I had started. because
Yes. So true. So
because
true.
for a person who couldn't even walk outside,
Mm.
and at times even inside, I did
Mm.
that on a very undulated, a steep mountain.
Mm.
So that
Wow.
was,
Amazing.
that courage and all started from that plank breaking. That's what I said.
Yes. That's so powerful. Amazing. So Shabina, question here, right? So you've achieved a lot that maybe 5 years ago you didn't even believe possible, correct? And you've done a lot of this in your own life for yourself. Um, how how do you translate that into, when you're working with other people? uh, I know there was a bit of a tech glitch today,
Yeah,
but in spite of that I picked up what was relevant, which is you did say that you also coach other people today. So
yeah,
how do you translate what you have learned for yourself in your own life? And of course you've had, mentors, people who have been there at the time when it's like you put that call out into the universe and you got people
yeah.
to help you, to raise yourself up. There's that
Mm,
expression, or in fact there's a title from Tony Robbins, right? On the
yeah,
shoulders
yeah,
of giants. So how do you translate that into helping people overcome their own limitations, their own impossibilities?
yeah. So what I urge people is to find out what is that one thing that is working for you. For me,
Hmm.
the only thing that was working was I could talk and I could blink my eyes.
Right.
I could look into
Wow.
people's face, I could look into them, I could blink my eyes, I could communicate. That was the only thing that was working for me. And with that,
Hmm.
I changed my life, I changed other people's life as well. So just work on your breathing.
Wow.
Even
Hmm.
if nothing is working for you, at least your breathing. Breathing can create magic.
Right.
So I
Wow.
urge them to find out what
Wow.
is it, that one thing, one spark is enough. I'll give you an example. I had a kid,
Hmm.
that was my first experience coaching kids. When she
Hmm.
came to me, she was 13 years old, but when she was 9, she had an infection in her brain and she had undergone a
Hmm.
massive surgery. And
Hmm.
her brain did not grow beyond 9.
Right.
So though she was 13, she was a 9-year-old in maturity level.
Hmm.
And she
Hmm.
came to me. And that was the biggest challenge. And I had
Hmm.
to do it online. She was in Dubai, I was in Calicut.
Wow. Wow.
But that was second challenge. The third challenge was
Hmm.
when she came to me, because of this issue, she was getting fits.
Hmm.
And every day she would have around 28, 30, 31 episodes of fits.
Wow.
Okay. And the
Hmm.
1 hour session we are having, she would be in bed in the middle.
Hmm.
Towards her left, her mother or father would be there. Towards her right, again, either of her parents or the nanny would be
Hmm.
there.
Hmm.
She will fall. The fits would
Hmm.
happen at any time. In
Right.
between in the session, she would just go
Hmm.
off. There would be an episode, and after the episode,
Wow.
fits or a seizure is where we cannot continue the session further.
Hmm.
So I've had
Right.
sessions where we had, even within 1 hour, we had 3 fits episodes.
Hmm.
We will not shut down
Wow.
the session. And in the middle, she would just be very tired and she would be leaning back on her mom,
Hmm.
and she would listen. And after a while, and when the we had 13 sessions, 3 months. One
Hmm.
I gave her as a bonus. It was
Wow.
like actually 12 sessions.
Hmm.
But seeing
Hmm.
her improvement, I said, we will do one more session. You don't have to pay.
Hmm.
So I
Hmm.
told her, I want you to tell me one thing that you want to do in life. Nothing.
Hmm.
I asked her, what time do you wake up?
Hmm.
And she didn't know. She just looked at her father and she asked, what time do I wake up? I asked
Wow.
her, what did you have for breakfast? She didn't know.
Hmm.
She looked at her mother and she's like, what did we have? That was the like the, what to say, the severity of
Hmm.
hopelessness.
Right.
And I asked her, like, why don't you try to wake up at 6 o'clock, or why don't
Hmm.
you try to wake up early?
Hmm.
Why should I? What to
Right.
do? I can't
Right.
even step out of my bed.
Hmm.
So what to do?
Hmm.
And I told her, I was in bed for so long. What am I
Wow.
doing now? And I told her, I want you
Hmm.
to give me two things that you want to achieve in your life. Nothing.
Hmm. Hmm.
She didn't want to achieve anything in life.
Hmm.
There was not even that desire to live.
Hmm.
Now she was so small that she didn't know to desire to die.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. Hmm.
And it was in the third session that I pushed her so much to give me
Hmm.
two desires. And she said she wanted to
Hmm.
go to school.
Hmm.
And in the fourth session, she said, after asking a lot of times, she said, I want to go and attend the Dubai Fest. They're living in Dubai. There is something
Hmm.
called Dubai Fest. So I asked
Hmm.
her, like, how long Dubai Fest is. I didn't know anything about. I just know Dubai Fest is there, but to
Hmm.
give that hope to her, I should know whether
Yeah.
how long it is going to be there.
Hmm.
So we were doing this. We started the sessions in November, and it was in November that she
Hmm.
was saying it will be there till March. So I said, if it is there
Hmm.
till March, you are gonna attend it. She just
Hmm.
smiled because she knows she can't even go to her toilet because we cannot
Hmm.
predict. And
Hmm.
trying to go to the toilet with her two bodyguards both sides, she had already fractured her leg because they
Wow.
couldn't hold her in time.
Hmm.
So you won't believe, even I don't believe
Hmm.
still.
Hmm.
She went for the Dubai Fest three
Wow.
times in between that 3 months.
Wow.
and she
Amazing.
walked the entire. I haven't visited Dubai Fest. She walked the
Mm.
entire pavilion. She did not go to
Wow.
the chair all the three times.
Amazing.
Her parents were
Amazing.
a little bit nervous. I had given them a
Mm.
parenting session as well because I had
Right.
to train them
Yes.
to bring her up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that helped. That boosted her
Mm.
confidence. She
Mm.
started going to school with a shadow teacher. The shadow teacher was off. Now she's doing karate classes.
Beautiful. Wow.
She has won bells. She's
Amazing.
doing a lot of stuff, and she's doing
Amazing.
public speaking. She's matured to the
Mm.
14-year-old now.
Mm.
She's hoping, and she still keeps in touch. So that
Mm.
is like nothing. I did not break on her, her. I didn't work on her illness. I don't
Mm.
know anything about medical things,
Right.
whatever is happening in
Mm.
her brain, nothing. I didn't tell
Mm.
her to stop their medication. I
Mm.
told them, do everything as your doctor advises. But I work here.
Mm.
I
Beautiful.
instilled hope and I instilled
Mm. Right.
and that is what she did.
Amazing.
I told her, your biggest strength is you have two bodyguards.
Mm.
Utilize that.
Right.
Try walking. She started, she started sitting on the floor.
Mm.
I poked into the, start an Instagram page. She makes bracelets
Oh,
with
wow.
beads. So I made her do that, and initially she had to send it to me
Amazing.
through WhatsApp
Mm.
pictures. Then I told her to put it on Instagram, and I told her,
Right.
start selling it. Even if you don't
Beautiful.
want money,
Right. Mm.
initially. And I told her, try taking
Mm.
money because it will be an
Sure.
encouragement to you. Try to sell it in your
Mm.
society, in your apartment building,
Beautiful.
in your school. Send it with your
Right.
brother to his class.
Mm. Mm. Amazing.
Her
Amazing.
confidence. All I was
Mm.
trying to do was to boost her confidence and to instill hope and love to
Mm.
live. So once that
Beautiful.
was done,
Amazing.
she changed tremendously.
Mm. Amazing. So, Shabina,
Giving
yeah.
a shower. Just imagine a 13-year-old letting her father give her a shower. I
Wow.
told her father, you're not going to
Mm.
give it anymore. If you
Mm.
continue it, she's not going to grow. She should grow.
True. Mm.
So that was
Wow.
a big experience for a learning experience for me that
Mm.
yes, I can be instrumental. Like I just say for
Yes.
every and now I'm going to talk to the this so and so person. I don't know what their problem is. I
Mm.
don't know what they need. I'm just surrendering
Right.
to them.
Mm.
And I won't interfere with that flow.
Mm.
This is the intention that I set for every,
Yes.
even today before we coming to, that was the intention for me. Whatever
Amazing.
is my thing was,
Mm.
people should never give excuses. My thing. So
Right.
if that is the
Right.
message that you want to give through me, just flow through me. I surrender it to you.
Mm.
This was my intention of for
Amazing.
today's session too.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So, and I think this is, we couldn't have asked for a better experience. Today, like I said, unlike in the past, there have been like quote unquote difficulties of technology. But what's important is that, your story is shining through, right? Your story is something that people will get to hear, um, not just now, but even, later on as we, as this message goes out into the world. Um, One thing that I'd love for you to share
Just
with
one sec.
people
I'll
is,
just put my charger on.
no problem.
Yeah.
So for those of you who are, of course, watching, do share, your comments, and of course, even if you happen to be watching this later as the podcast, please do, share your comments and share your share how you've been inspired by Shabina's story. Um, especially at a time like now when we, post COVID, when we talk about being able to make a difference. I mean, every part of Shabina's life and story reflects that. So, we'd love to hear how Shabina's story has made a difference in your life. So, Shabina, a question for you here is, of course, usually at this point, I would ask, how can someone get in touch with you, and like, what is it that you've created for them? So it's like, to use in a coach's language, it's like, what's the funnel that you have? In simple language, it's like saying, how does someone, when someone gets in touch with you, like, what uh, what is the journey that they have with you?
Your voice was stuck, so I couldn't hear the last line of the question that you said.
So basically, what is the journey that someone has with you?
Okay, so right now I am in the process of creating my funnel, as you call it.
Beautiful.
So I'm
Hmm.
with Siddharth and his hackathon. So my L1,
Hmm.
L2, and L3. So the L1 is
Right.
back pain and neck issues.
Hmm.
So why did I go narrow is my mentors all says go narrow, but to me Blair has said you are I'm not working with their back. I'm not
Hmm.
working on fixing their thing, but I'm working on fixing their mind. So
Right.
Blair said it's for everyone. So I keep that
Hmm.
intention in my mind,
Hmm.
but for the sake of, I have to have a micro audience, I keep it that
Sure.
way.
Got
Yes,
it.
on the first level, I am focusing on giving them tips and advices on how I was
Hmm.
able to overcome my pain. I mean, for me, 2023 was a year where there was no pain. Otherwise,
Hmm.
it's
Oh,
like
wow.
you have a pain. It
Hmm.
it just it's so excruciating that it crosses your even your head.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that I it's not like I have strict exercises and stuff. Yeah, there are
Hmm.
exercises that I follow. There are mindset things that I follow. There are
Hmm.
diet things that I have experienced,
Hmm.
but not on a medical level. Everything is on
Right.
the mind journey of mind body connection.
Hmm.
So that is
Hmm.
what I am focusing on. I do one on one right now. So
Hmm.
we have two packages, like either 5 or 12. So that is
Right.
how we work. It's like normal weekly
Hmm.
ones, and I
Got
would
it.
be available on WhatsApp support
Amazing.
messages.
Hmm.
uh, so that is what the second thing is. The third thing is I have my book, which
Hmm.
is a self-help book. It's based on my own stories.
Hmm.
And there are 13 concepts that I'm sharing there. Those concepts actually transformed my life from impossible to I
Beautiful.
am possible.
Hmm.
So
Amazing.
that's what the book is called, Power of Possibilities: Shift from Impossible to I Am Possible. It's available in two
Nice.
languages, English and Malayalam. It's
Beautiful.
there on Amazon. I'll share you the
Hmm.
links.
Hmm.
I can also share you the links for booking a one-to-one
Yeah.
call with me. The other one would
So
be
your
launching
link tree has these details,
these. Yeah,
correct?
yeah, yeah. My
Yeah.
link tree
So I
has
will
these.
be sharing the link tree. That's the reason why I also asked you for the link tree. I will be
Ah,
sharing that with people. So it'll be there in the comment section. It'll
yeah.
be there in the podcast as well. So people can reach out to you, for to go deeper into understanding how you can work with them and they can work with you. As also, like you said, the book. There's your website as well. So all these details will definitely be available for people to
Hmm.
access. Um, so at this stage, there are two things that come to mind. Um, and this is what we had briefly talked about before we started the podcast today, which is, one is, of course, is there one specific mistake uh, that you considered was a mistake then, but today you are glad that it happened? Would there be one thing in particular that you'd be like, yeah, back then it really was a mistake, but today I'm so glad that it happened?
Actually, I wouldn't say I consider it a mistake because I was actually
Mm.
exploring with my life. But
Mm.
my my loved ones were actually, this was a wrong decision. My going to MTS.
Mm.
It was in 2022 that I
Beautiful.
attended MTS. Actually, I
Mm.
was bedridden. I had gone for TTT in June 2022.
Mm.
Coming back, I was COVID positive. Somebody there had COVID,
Wow.
and then a lot of us were COVID positive.
Wow.
Was 2022 June.
Mm.
But what happened was after COVID, my sciatica escalated. Sciatica and rather than sciatica,
Wow.
my cervical spondylosis that really went bad. It
Wow.
it was a situation where my neck couldn't hold my head, my shoulders
Mm.
couldn't hold my
Wow.
hands, so I was like literally on bed with supported pillows and stuff and all. Even my
Wow.
hands, couldn't use them to feed myself. I couldn't do anything.
Mm.
uh, so that was the condition I went for
Wow.
MTW. I mean, yeah, MTS.
Right. And
So
MTS is basically what's called making the stage,
stage,
right?
yeah. So
Yeah.
for me, Ayurvedic treatment was going on. I had to go on November 1st. So till October
Mm.
23rd, 2 months I was in massage treatment.
Mm.
And I told my doctor, like, my doctor said, no, I will not advise you to go. You are
Mm.
not physically fit to travel now. You cannot sit. And not just me, none of the doctors would give you the permission to travel and
Mm.
attend something.
Mm.
And I said, I am going. All these 3 2 3 months that I've been lying down in bed, I just
Mm.
visualized two things. One, me on that flight on November 1st, the Indigo flight.
Mm.
Second was
Mm.
me in the class with Blair, and so much there, and I am
Wow.
sure I will be there. I have lived it, and I know that is going to happen. That was the reply I gave
Mm.
him. And he said, I don't think you would be able to. That is going to be
Mm.
the worst decision that you're taking. I just smiled. I said, we will
Wow.
stop the treatment for 1 week because I need to travel. Because three
Mm.
3 hours every day they are giving me the massage. And he said,
Wow.
you know what, you have already strained your body by doing
Mm.
that super speaker thing and writing the book and be doing the hackathon and becoming a freedom finisher, everything I did in September. Okay.
Wow.
So I was not able to write the book. I voice typed it, but
Mm.
still my hands were required a little bit. So because of that, the
Mm.
hands were always swollen. The next day I go and he would be like, stop doing the work that you're doing, otherwise the massage is not going to help you.
Mm.
And then my husband was like, if you're going, you have to go with, I mean, I have to take my son along. And I said, what is he going to
Mm.
do there?
Mm.
He had dropped his semester to take care of me because I was alone and I
Wow.
couldn't manage.
Mm.
And I said, no, he's not going to come with me. I am going alone.
Mm.
And nobody
Amazing.
could digest that when I said that. I said, I didn't see anybody with me in the plane. It was just me and the other
Mm.
passengers. I couldn't see you. I couldn't see my son. I
Right.
saw me at Radisson Blue. Nobody else was escorting me. So I'm going like that. And
Wow.
at the airport, I just told the Indigo crew who was there, I said, I need a little bit of support. I have difficulty,
Mm.
little bit of physical difficulty walking.
Mm.
They gave me the assistance. So I
Mm.
went alone from Calicut. So while going
Wow.
there, because of those massage and all, I could manage to walk a little bit inside the
Mm.
airport.
Mm.
Okay. But MTS actually deteriorated. By the second day, first day I tried a little bit of sitting, and then I had told Suryan
Mm.
I need a couch. So he gave me a couch outside the class.
Mm.
Every break I would go and lie down. In the class I
Mm.
would try to sit, and then second day I said I need it inside. I
Mm.
can't. I can't sit anymore. So they gave me the
Mm.
couch inside. Third, third or fourth day was like I can't even lie down on the fourth day. I said no couch.
Mm.
I need something on the floor.
Right.
So then I came back like somebody had. even while I was there, somebody had to lift me from the floor, put me on the
Mm,
wheelchair. They had to get me the food to feed me.
right.
I came back also like that. The staff at the airport, they had to do all the check-in. I said I cannot handle my phone. My ticket is there in my
Mm,
phone. I told my roommate, just put my waist pouch on, put the ID card
mm,
and thing there.
mm,
I had a friend Balaji. He was the one who
mm,
facilitated me in the airport.
mm,
Everything was
mm,
done by the crew. I just kept on asking what I wanted, and that is what the power of, ask and it shall be
mm,
given, the
mm.
quote from the Bible. I just kept
Amazing.
on saying that, and when I was handed over to my son at the airport, he was like, what is this? Did you are actually spoiling your body. What decision did you take up? Why
Mm,
did you go for this? I said, I'm
mm,
completely fine. We'll just go home
mm,
and I'll just take rest for 2 days. It's fine.
right.
It's only that I have a
Mm,
little bit of difficulty
mm,
walking, and yeah, there is a
mm,
bit pain, but it's fine. I'm fine
mm,
actually, is what I told him. And he was like,
right.
yeah, 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 I can see you're fine. The car reached, my husband is there, and he came out of the car, and my son, nobody was moving. Okay, if my father was there, my husband was there, and he opened his door, and he came and he opened my door, and these two are on the veranda. So he just looked at them and he said, it's not going to come like that. You have to come and lift her. She is not in a condition where I can bring her or where
Wow.
she can come along. Come along,
Wow.
I need your help. Two people are required. And
Mm,
then he came, and my husband was totally like, and he was actually completely, lost his senses. And he said,
mm,
this is what I told you. Such a bad decision. You were, getting better, and now what?
mm,
What did the training give you? But that
right.
training actually gave me the power of my voice. That training actually, brought in the power
Wow.
inside me. It broke a
Mm,
lot of
mm,
barriers. It gave me such a lot of confidence. I don't know whether you have seen that video.
I
They
have.
helped me onto the stage, and then
Yeah.
Suren came and told me this MTS was far different from all the other MTS because of that one last courage that you showed. None of the people here are
Mm,
going to, forget that, and they will have that in their life. That message that,
yeah.
though I didn't intend to give any message, that was a message that happened along with that.
Yeah.
So I told him, like, it was not for any message. I came here for making the stage. So at least I wanted my
Yes.
certification on stage.
Yes. Yes.
So, so
True.
that was, I would say, it was not a mistake, but yeah,
Mm,
that was a powerful decision that I made,
mm,
which actually transformed my life.
yeah. Amazing.
I'm truly
Amazing.
happy that I did take that decision.
Mm,
Immediately after that, even because of that thing, I was again into bed for 6 more months.
mm,
So, but I took care of my body when I was there. I
right.
just like this. I just told my mother that
Mm,
that's why I said I want a couch. I demanded for the couch. I said I
right.
want it inside. I said
Mm,
no, 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 no. I cannot sit now. I need it. Not the couch. I need it down.
mm,
Everything. I didn't strain the body,
right.
thinking how will I ask. If I had to
Mm,
go to the washroom, I would tell them I need to go to the washroom. You will have to lift me and put me on the wheelchair.
right.
Please lift me
Mm,
and put me on the commode. Please do this for me. Nothing. I did not strain and, thinking that, okay,
amazing.
why should I, burden them? I'm trying to burden them because people were ready to help.
Mm,
People were feeling
yes.
bad that they're not able to help. So
True.
then why
True.
should I strain myself?
Correct. Amazing.
So that's it.
Amazing.
Ask and it shall be given. Knock and the door shall be opened.
Hmm.
That
You
is,
know,
I was actually living that message at MTS.
yeah. And something you said here, very, very powerful. And I know, Shabina, you know this. There's one piece that most of us forget, and especially in this work that we do, with the intention of helping other people also, which is when you say ask and he shall receive, there's one middle piece that most of us, most of the time we forget, which you obviously, you let that happen, which is to allow, right? You ask and you receive, only when you allow. Most of the time, we are the ones who end up being in our own way,
Yeah. Do you
right?
know why people don't allow?
Go ahead.
People are not ready to allow because they have not accepted.
Yes.
Everything shifted for me when I accepted myself, when
Mm.
I accepted
Mm.
my body, when I accepted my physical condition.
Mm.
Until 2020, I was resisting it.
Yes.
That's what I said. Even MTS, the statement I told my son was, I'm perfectly fine. I was perfectly fine, though my body
Mm.
had pain. I was
Sure.
pain. That pain was not affecting me anyway.
Mm.
I had difficulty moving my legs, my lower part
Mm.
of the body. I had
Mm.
difficulty moving,
Mm.
but that didn't affect me because I
Yes.
had accepted it, and I knew that it was just a matter of days. I take
Yes.
complete rest, and I visualize
Mm.
on all those days. I knew I'm going to come back,
Yeah.
and then I could always, restart my massage therapy, and then
Mm.
there would be that stability that is coming in.
Yes.
And the
Beautiful.
mistake, as you asked, if you asked me, was 20
Mm-hmm.
before 2020. The mistake was I
Mm.
totally believed what my doctor said. It's a mechanical defect. It cannot be reversed. You can only
Mm.
manage. You cannot.
Mm.
I don't know whether it's cured. I haven't gone for an MRI or anything after that, but I
Mm.
have no pain. I am not managing my life now. I am living my
Beautiful.
life pain free.
Beautiful.
That's why I
Beautiful.
had the courage to go for trekking. That's why I had the
Mm.
courage to travel now. For me, traveling was not possible.
Right.
For a 10 to 15 minutes drive, I used to have water bag in the seat. I used to,
Mm.
lie down in the car, and in between,
Mm.
like if you're traveling for 10 minutes, somebody had to,
Mm.
I mean, you have to pull down the car. They have to take me out and, help me.
Mm.
My lower part of my body would freeze and become
Mm.
numb. I wouldn't be
Mm.
able to feel that part. So
Wow.
till that part is in my control, somebody had to,
Mm.
lift me up and shake me
Mm.
till the
Mm.
circulation. So nothing is
Right.
that. I traveled in a bus for 3 to 4 hours in December first
Wow.
time, and while I was going for trekking also, I couldn't
Mm.
even imagine about getting into a bus, getting into a train. I traveled in train last year.
Wow.
So all
Wow.
those, I never even thought that I would be able to
Mm.
experience all those once again in my life.
Mm.
I went paragliding.
Wow. That is amazing. Truly, truly, truly amazing. Wow. Wow.
So the thing
So,
is, accept it. Don't resist.
mm.
Once you
Mm.
accept, then you
Mm.
know. And I
Mm.
am truly mindful of my body. Every
Mm.
slightest signal it gives me, I take it into consideration and I
Mm.
honor it. So
Amazing.
once my body gives me signal, okay, just
Mm.
stop, I stop. That's what I said.
Amazing.
As I was trekking, I just went, and there are huts in between where people,
Mm.
sit. I just went and
Mm.
laid down there. I told my husband, we'll lie down here for a while.
Mm.
We don't have any restrictions.
Mm.
The venue is open till 3:30. So we
Right.
started early in the morning. So we can
Mm.
be back by 3:30, meaning 4 also would be fine.
Correct.
So we will not get a target like
Mm.
1.5 hours up, 45 minutes down,
Mm.
nothing like that.
Mm.
We took 3 hours up,
Mm.
honoring my body.
Mm.
When my legs started
That's so
like little
powerful.
bit of shivering, I just sat down.
Mm.
I
Mm.
sat down and drank water and sat down till that shivering stopped.
Amazing.
And then I
Wow.
walked a bit. And once I felt my legs are little bit strained, I
Mm.
sat again. And we went back to the room after, I mean, I told you, like, after finishing
Mm.
it, 1 hour,
Mm.
25 minutes, I was lying down on the spot. I
Mm.
did not mind what people would think. What is this lady doing here on
Mm.
the bench where in the public's place? I just lifted my
Right.
legs up.
Right.
I lie down there. I place both my legs up.
Got it.
That is the way we need to lie down for
Right.
sciatica. So
Mm.
that's how I lie
Mm.
down. My husband was like,
Mm.
I said, I'm not bothered about what people think.
Right.
I only bothered about what my body wants me to do.
Mm. Mm.
So that
Wow.
acceptance has to happen.
Yeah.
When you
So
accept,
true.
you allow.
Mm. And you accept, you allow. Yeah, that's, hearing
Keeping
it from
my
you.
legs up in a public place where people
Mm,
don't lie down.
mm, yeah.
I accepted. That's why I was able to attend MTS lying down on the floor.
Yes.
I asked for blankets. I said the AC is too much for my
Mm,
legs. I need
mm.
blankets. Radisson gave me blankets.
That's powerful.
So acceptance
Mm,
and then allowing comes.
mm.
So that's where ask.
Amazing. Yeah, yeah.
Be
So,
ready.
Shabina, a quick question here. Uh, would I'd love for you to share how the role of community has played a part in your journey.
The best thing was the uh, positive environment that I had.
Mm,
Being in this condition, the environment in my house was not that positive because I was
mm,
not stressed, but my condition had stressed my family.
mm,
Seeing me struggle, they were actually, mentally affected. So my husband,
mm,
even my mom and all were really stressed. So I
mm,
try do something, they would be like, no, 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 that you can't, that you
mm,
can't. I
mm,
couldn't even experiment things. So
mm,
that way around, if I try and something escalates, the pain escalates, here it would be
mm,
like they would be pulling me down. It's not that they're pulling me down, but the
mm,
the way they get stressed out, I feel like, oh no,
mm,
I don't have to give that burden
mm,
to them. But the
mm,
community actually, every win and every failure was actually a win in the community.
mm.
See, MTS ka
Mm.
thing, the video when that came out, that for my
Yes.
family it was a failure, but for the community it was
Mm.
a win and it was a big inspiration.
Wow.
For them, why was it a failure? They were seeing me struggling.
Yeah.
They saw the condition, that the trauma and the pain that I'm going
Mm.
through. So that changes in the community.
Mm.
Still, when I feel down, I just watch that 9 seconds video
Yes.
of me going up the stage.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if I could do it, then I could do
Mm.
it now also.
Yes. That's so beautiful.
So that
Wow.
is the magic of a community, is what I will say.
Mm.
They will,
Mm.
they will always see the
Mm.
positive in, because
Mm.
like-minded people,
Yes.
they see where you are operating from, and then
Mm.
they give you that encouragement.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so beautiful. Amazing. So, as you are in the process of, building your community, what's that journey been like for you? Like you said, at present, people when they reach out to you, you work with them one on one. What are some of your plans, let's say, for this year? Because for people listening to this, especially if someone in their family or friends in various circles that they're in, uh, if they know of people that are currently dealing with problems related to sciatica or um, like what would you like to tell people who are who don't have that community today, like you've had the the good fortune of having people around you that are cheering you on, and that are inspired by you. So what would you like to tell people about the community that you're in the process of building?
Is it your internet? I didn't get the question.
I'll
Little
give you the
closer.
shorter version. What if you could share with people what's the version of the community that you're building?
Yeah. So as I said, my intent is people should never use their life as a excuse.
Right.
It can be physical, it can be mental. So that is
Mm,
that is his enemy. For me, the
mm,
excuses that we give is our enemy. So even your
mm.
physical limitations, they are not limitations actually. I
Yes.
would say that limitation actually was there to show me the
Mm,
strength of my voice, the power of my voice, what I could do. So
mm,
once that was
mm.
opened, and once I accepted and allowed that to happen, the other one
Yes.
subsided.
Mm,
So I would actually, that is my message to my community members as
mm,
well.
mm.
Just love what you're going through now.
Oh, beautiful.
Just
That's so
accept
amazing.
this challenge. Do not
Mm,
call it a challenge. Call it
mm,
a chapter in your life. See,
mm.
in your school you have different chapters. Different chapters you learn different lessons.
Right.
So the lesson that you learn from a chapter during your
Mm,
quarterly days would be different from the lesson that you learn during your annual exam, because
right.
you have learned little more during
Mm,
that academic year, and your horizon has a little more wider.
mm,
So
mm.
you'll learn different lesson from that same chapter.
Right. Right.
Similarly, in the challenges that you are going through,
Mm,
in your life, the same chapter will give you more.
right.
To my community, and that is
Mm,
around what I am trying to build the community.
mm,
My vision is a community where people, you know, live an I am possible
mm.
life, discarding
Beautiful.
all the excuses.
Mm. Amazing. Amazing. Uh,
The
so
impossibilities become the possibilities.
mm, amazing. I listening to you today, it's like, technology is also playing, is like keeping pace, because I've trusted that somewhere, your message is being reached, because there've been like gaps, and I'm being absolutely honest with you here. There've been gaps in hearing what you're saying, but I know that you're tapping into something that is truly, um, you know inspirational, and is universal, in that when people hear the message, it's not about me, it's about your message, right? So
Hmm.
today, we couldn't have asked for a more apt conversation. I'm sure in the future we will have a round two, and I'd love to hear more about the successes that you've experienced, that you've created with time. So even though you may not necessarily be able to hear all of what I'm saying right now, Shabina, one thing I'll say is that you truly live your message of being possible. Like when you say I am possible, you truly live it. And I'm so glad that we got to talk, but more importantly, your message got to go out into the world, and it will inspire people as and when they come across this. So it's been an absolute honor and an absolute a privilege to hear your story, and I know I will definitely enjoy the edit when I get to hear technology kind of like assimilating back both our conversations. And yeah, I mean, the reason also, if you ask me, like, why did this podcast come to life, the iHypnosis coaching journeys, is exactly this. Because our own lives inspire us, and you literally live and breathe that every single moment. In fact, I notice that poster behind you which says inhale, you truly uh, live that every moment, where you're breathing in and breathing out. You're breathing in life, you're breathing out whatever. As you said, it's no longer about limitations. It's really just about being present to the chapters and learning from those chapters in life. So this is just another reminder. Like I said, I really believe that a lot of the changes that we can bring about has to do with our minds, has to do with what we tell ourselves, what we see of the future. And one of the things that inspired me this year was to tap into the power of our minds. And of course, in my case, I use a combination of hypnosis as well as NLP, or neuro linguistic programming, as a way to help people, to especially people who are digital coaches and healers, to be able to tap into the possibilities that they have within themselves, and to get their message out into the universe. So thank you for coming and sharing your story and inspiring so many. And I know I am inspired, hearing your story today. And I definitely am looking forward to a part two somewhere down the line. So it'll be an interesting way to kind of link it back to where you left off and how life was for you over, so many, weeks and months even. So, really, I wish you all the very best on your journey. And of course, as we start to kind of wrap up, even though you may not have heard all of what I've said, I'd love for you to, share maybe a message for everybody at this point, and as we start to wrap up this podcast. So, uh,
I
like I
missed the
said,
last
even if you
part.
haven't heard
Can
all of
you?
what I've said, go ahead.
So you want me to give my final message?
Yes. So, what would you like to tell people, especially people who are coaches and healers? What would you like to share with them?
Not just coaches and healers, to every human being, what I
Mm,
want to tell is,
mm,
no matter what you're going through right now, let
mm,
it be physical, mental, emotional,
mm,
whatever,
mm,
you are born here for a reason. Okay, and whatever,
mm,
as I said, whatever your physical, mental, emotional, familial, educational, societal
mm,
conditions are, irrespective of any of those
mm.
excuses, you
Right.
have within you one, at least one strength
Mm.
that will make you able to to live that purpose, to do that
Beautiful.
what you are meant to do here. You have within you all
Mm.
the strength that will help you do what you're meant to do
Mm.
here.
Amazing.
I believe that I am fit for nothing because I couldn't sit, I couldn't stand, I couldn't move. So what can a person
Mm.
do in that condition? Even in that condition, I did a lot of things
Mm.
because all I needed was one strength, the strength to communicate,
Wow.
the strength to look into people's eyes and connect with them.
Mm. Amazing.
So I have in me all the strength that is required to fulfill the purpose of my life. So that
Mm.
is what I want to tell you. Just
Mm.
don't feel you're not good enough. You are totally good enough for what you are meant to do. You're thinking of
Mm.
other things and you're feeling that you're not good enough. If I was doing any physical activity now, I would feel
Mm.
like I'm not fit. But for this,
Right.
I'm fit.
Mm. Amazing.
So just accept and flow
Mm.
with your
Mm.
strength.
Wow.
Allow the divine to flow.
Mm. Right. Amazing. Thank you. That was truly, I said this at the beginning of today's podcast, and I'll say it again. You truly are remarkable. As the expression goes, when you say someone is remarkable, they are somebody who is out there, making a mark in the world. So, wishing you all the very best, Shabina, and thank you once again for showing up and just literally speaking from your heart. And wish you all the very best in all the adventures that are lining up for you. And I'm sure we will someday meet in person. Since, like I
Yeah,
said, we've
sure.
never we've never met in person, but we've crossed paths at different points, albeit virtually or digitally. So, wishing you all the very best. And of course, for those of you
Thank you.
who are watching this, this live telecast, just remember, like she so rightly said, it's like you truly are possible. So, with that, of course, as we start to wrap up, remember to live with purpose and wish you all the very best. Remember, these are podcasts that happen twice a week, and watch them, share them, and if there's any way in which either of us can help you, reach out. The social details are mentioned, so you can reach out through any of the links that are available, and wish you all the very best. And of course, Shabina, what I will do is I'll start to uh, end the lives in a second here. And of course,